We were discussing budget and the sectoral expectations, so let's chat cement today. Ashish Guha, CEO and MD at Heidelberg Cement, joins in on the show. Ashish, hi, morning. Your expectations from the budget for your sector. Do you see any kind of reshuffle in excise duty?
Well, I would hope so, because, you know, we've been treated a little differently from other industries which are core and are critical for infrastructure growth. So, you know, I would expect the excise duty to come down from 10% to 6 to 8%, somewhere around that. And, you know, another thing to add to the expectations of the budget is infrastructure. We have been going on talking about infrastructure, even in the last five-year plan. We haven't implemented much. So I would like to say, I don't know whether the budget could give it a fillip or a push about implementation of the, you know, announcements that have been made. I think we are very weak on that. Sometimes we reach up to 40%, sometimes 20%. If you see the road targets, which we had 20 kilometers a day some 2-3 years back, nowadays I don't think we are doing more than 5 kilometers a day. So I would like to see some kind of a movement there. You know, reforms are reforms. We go on making announcements, but what's the execution part? I don't think we do keep a track on that. We monitor that. We said retail FDI a few months back. What's been the actual, you know, on the ground? What's happened? 1 or 2. So, you know, overall, from the industry perspective, of course, I'm expecting some kind of a, you know, to be treated at par with the steel industry, which we both cater to the same kind of Indian growth story. So why should we be treated differently?
Ashish, but is there a correlation between cement demand and cement prices? What I'm trying to gather from you, if excise duty on cement is reduced from 10% to 6%, do you think because of that demand will come back?
Well, of course, if if the prices soften a bit, demand goes up. With that, anyway, there is a pent-up demand for rural housing that we have witnessed over the last few years. It's still continuing. It's good for the customers. They can, you know, the interest rates are higher than before, and they can at least, you know, offset that with a decrease in excise duties.
If the railway freights are hiked today, Ashish, tell us the impact that it would have on your margins and EBITDA per ton.
Oh, well, it depends on how much it's raised, but obviously we'll try and pass it on to the customer, so we shouldn't have any impact.
What is the exact maths? What I'm trying to understand from you is that as percentage of your total cost, how much is coming because of freight prices?
Freight is, I think, okay, total percentage. It's about, I think, around 40%.
It's a huge number.
40. It's a distribution cost. I can't tell you the freight. So maybe there are some elements a little hidden of warehousing, etc. But otherwise, it's a huge one. Yeah.
And as percentage of your total dispatches, are you dependent on railways or are you dependent on road transport?
Well, we are 50-50 currently. For road to rail, and we will try and make it 60-40 going forward within this year.
Railway freights, if indeed if they go up, it really could be a double whammy for you, because you are a central-based cement company, which means you import your raw material and then you export the final produce.
Absolutely. So we have we get it both ways. But most people would get it. All our competitors will have the same thing. Not only in our markets, even in other markets. And you know, whether it's rail or road, it's ultimately, even diesel prices are going up, so there's an increase in the road freight also. So we are not actually getting any benefit anywhere from freights. at all. So the only way a fillip can be given to the industry is, cutting. Another thing is, our raw materials. We pay whatever modest import duty on coal and gypsum, etc. But the finished product, cement, comes at zero duty. So there are some anomalies which have to be settled. I don't know whether the finance minister will have time to look into these things, but I believe the CMA, which is our association, has already made a representation with the finance ministry on these asks.
Ashish, dealers are indeed expecting a price hike in the next few weeks, and they're saying that the prices could rise as much as 5 to 15 rupees per bag across regions. Is there any truth to that?
Well, at the moment we don't have any plans of raising any prices, but if there is any kind of hike coming because of the budget, we will definitely try and pass it on to the customers, whether it be rail or any other taxes, or whether if we don't get some benefits that we are expecting out of the budget.